Hello. I'm a little bit early, um, but it seems like you either go at this early or not at all. My hair can't decide what it wants to be today, so it's being this. All right. I'm hoping sound is working. I just had a little bit of breakfast and now I'm gonna knit and wait for everybody because we are a little bit early. If you're there, say hello, say good morning, say I can hear you or I can't hear you. I'm using a project bag that my daughter sewed for me. I don't think I've shown this off. She went to sewing camp and she made me this really awesome bag. I'm really enjoying it. Good morning, Sherry. What are you knitting on? Ooh, we have all sorts of good mornings. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Lori. You can hear me. Yay! I'm knitting a hat this morning because I needed a palette cleanser. I needed a win. Sherry's knitting socks. What sock pattern are you knitting? And I'm sipping on a drink I've never ordered from Starbucks before. And I don't even know what it was called. It was a cold brew, nitro cold brew. Cinnamon caramel cold brew. I'm not a fan. Oh, those are so cool, Kim. And Sherry's knitting her own pattern. Good job. And good morning, Barb. I heard about the next clue on Stephen West socks, and they sound absolutely crazy. The name is fitting, right? Anyway, not a fan of this coffee, but it's coffee nonetheless, and it will make me do the things, but I do not think I will order that one again. Yes, I would love to see them, Kim. I need to every once in a while look at my hands because I decided to not, I'm almost to the beginning. And I can knit 2 rounds, just boring knitting. Knitting a blanket, a simple pattern. See, I love simple, boring knitting because I just want my hands to be doing this and I don't necessarily want to pay attention. So if anybody does have any questions, I know we're a little bit early still, but if you have any questions, please pop them in the chat as people show up to the properly scheduled time. They can always catch up on any questions. And I have figured out how to publish this so that it is there forever so people can catch up on our little knitting chats later. So it's finally coming together. Only took a couple weeks. And I haven't quite figured out, there's going to be one Friday morning chat where I am I'm going to have to do my chat from a location. I'll figure that out. I almost actually did this from my back porch because I got this new chair and it's all Teresa's fault because Teresa, who teaches here in the shop, has this lovely hammock chair and it's like, it looks like a camping chair base kind of, but the whole chair rocks, and it is my new favorite thing, and I will knit out there until it is freezing cold, and it's on my back porch. I just love it. I am making just a really bulky, chunky hat called Bulky Waffle Hat. That might be backwards. Who knows? Here, I'll watch it on my screen and see. Oh, not backwards. Hey, look at that. It's called Bulky Waffle Hat, and it is just a really simple, quick knit, bulky yarn. You just feel good about yourself. Kim, you can come with it completely finished if you'd like. There are zero rules. The only thing I had mentioned, oh, and for those joining our live who is like, what is she talking about? This is for a sweater along we have on Sunday. Oh, very quickly, Sherry, the chairs are on sale at Walmart right now. They're like 40% off. Amazing. Anyway, so Kim, on this sweater along on Sunday, you can beat it whatever point you want to be. It was just the point where somebody might have questions. I kind of said, get at least up to this point if you can. But if this next portion feels not so good, just save it, So no rules. People can come with a fully finished sweater. It is, all bets are off. It's just it's a sweater along. So, wherever you are, some people I know have self-reported that they're not any further than they were 2 weeks ago. That is okay. That's why it is like not 10. It's not 12 weeks long because it's 10 weeks long. But still, I mean that's a long time. So we are good to go. It's just basically if somebody needs help, stop was my point. But yes, my hammock chair is my new favorite place. So I'm going faux camping next week. And what I call faux camping is my best friend sets up everything and goes camping with her family, and I just slide in for the day. And so I think I have to bring my new chair. It's just essential, and you can just like rock and knit and all these little old lady vibes that I love. So this hat is a free pattern. It's I found on Ravelry. I've actually knit it quite a few times because it's one of those, like, it works for all genders. It's it's just easy to knit. But it is really nice for like super variegated yarns and like just, I don't know, any yarn I've seen worked up with this is good. But it's just 2 rows of stockinette and then 2 rows of ribbing, and so it's pretty like easy, like no fuss, no muss kind of pattern. So if you need a break from maybe something that is making your brain hurt, this is a great hat. Oh yes, folding rocking chairs are the best. This is like a little like hammock cocoon that you just crawl into. Oh, I love it. Anyway, it's totally Teresa's fault, because I sit in hers at her house, and then I needed one, and then I checked because she said she got them at Walmart, and I checked and they were on sale. I'm like, well, it's a sign. Not a sign at all. Whatever we need to tell ourselves, right? I meant to grab a stitch marker and I never did. So like, I use stitch markers obviously to tell you when you get to the end of the round, but like, it's kind of tactile too. Like, I can feel it in my left hand as I come around, and I don't have that right now. There was a whole bunch of stitch markers on the back table too. Didn't grab any. I gave my daughter a whole bunch of cat stitch markers, like these little like little cat ears. And I keep finding them all around the house. It's like Easter egg hunt with stitch markers. Almost there. I think this is only, how many stitches? 72 stitches. That's actually quite a few. But it goes pretty fast. Oops. I could feel myself doing a knit stitch and it was supposed to be a purl. I keep talking to my computer because I think that's what I'm supposed to be talking to. It's not. It's much chillier this morning than I anticipated. I dressed for summer. I know it will be summer in the afternoon. It's not summer right now. Hilda's on her way. Hi, Dan. Yes, I think I will host a Stephen West. Patty asked if we'll be planning on starting up the Stephen West Mystery Shawl group again. I think I will. I might not personally knit through it just because I don't know, already looking at my schedule this fall, if I will be able to do it. And I know I'm the type of person that does not do well if I can't get it finished in the mystery time, if that makes any sense. Like once the clues have all downloaded, I don't know, it's not as intriguing, I guess. I really look forward to each morning that it's, release day of a clue and getting it done as fast as possible. And I just don't know if I'll be able to keep up on it. And I know if I can't keep up on it, I'll just quit. So I haven't decided if I will be participating, but we will for sure have like kits in the shop based on the mystery knit along, and then I'll relaunch the group. I've been having tons of spammers trying to join that group lately, so I think I might have to even possibly start a new group because there's just unsavories trying to get in. I obviously didn't make it secret enough, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll cannibalize my yarn from last year's that I never finished and give it another shot. We'll see. I do love a mystery. So Hilda's husband, Dan, said Hilda's on her way, and I'm wondering if he's going to secretly knit and watch our show. I did leave my keys in the front door. I'm pretty sure she can still unlock it. One of my favorite things to do on TikTok is watching people do their craft. Like, just, I could sit and watch it for a ridiculous amount of time. And so my goal really is to be able to get enough followers on TikTok and be able to, like, maybe just sit and like have a camera over my shoulder, and that would be fun. Bye, Sherry. Have a great day. Patty's doing the sock along, so is Kim. Yeah, that's a wild ride. Those socks, that's a wild ride. I mean, all of his patterns are a wild ride, which I like. It's definitely not going to be like, my favorite type of knitting is boring knitting, but you know that you're not going to have boring knitting in his patterns. I do think it's funny how, we all have that favorite thing to do, right? And seriously, if I can turn my brain off, that's my kind of knitting. Um, and then other people, that is just kind of torture, right? Like stockinette for days is just in the run, nobody's jam, right? But it is my jam. I love it. Have a great day, Lori. And that's what this is about, is being able to hop on, hop off. Some people pop in for just a second and then go, what am I watching? And that's okay too. It'd be cool if I could finish this. I don't think I can. It's bulky, but maybe not that bulky. Although I'm getting the stockinette rounds. Whoop, whoop. I should be, the other day I was bribing myself to get some work done with M&Ms, and I should be bribing myself. Every round I get another M&M. I know it sounds juvenile, but it works. It was boxes of inventory that I was having to process, and I was like, okay, if you do 2 more boxes, you have 2 more M&Ms. Oops. So this time is also for not just to watch me knit. I mean, you can watch me knit. But if you guys have any questions, follow-ups, oh my gosh, yes, those, Kim asked, has anyone tried those new M&Ms? Yeah, it was like cappuccino, mocha. Anyway, they were yummy. I think Hilda mentioned them first, and then I was on a mission to find them. I ended up finding them at the Amazon Fresh store. But yeah, oh, they're good. I'm not good at, if I open it, I have to eat the whole thing, I swear. Those sharing sizes. No. The M&Ms that I was bribing myself were like fun size M&M, like Halloween candy. My yarn is being unruly. Unruly yarn. Drink more of my coffee. My coffee. And not only is my coffee meh, bye Patty. Coffee's meh, and then I ordered bacon, I don't know, sausage something wrap at Starbucks this morning. And I pull up and they hand it to me, and then I decided, at a stoplight, and I decided to shove it in my face, and it wasn't what I ordered. And it was the universe's way of saying that I didn't need the carbs this morning. I got egg bites, which I love egg bites, but I had ordered a wrap and I kind of wanted the wrap. But then the ship had sailed. I was quite a ways away from the Starbucks. It teaches me to check before I drive away. Oh well, like I said, it was the universe's way of saying just eat the egg bites. It's actually what I was going to order, so it really was the universe's way. That's fine. Well, I have this on the table here because last night we filmed the next podcast, but it won't be out until next week. But I have my latest cowl, and this pattern is by Jamie Lomax of Pacific Knit Co., and she is releasing this. This is this, I think it's Seattle. Yeah, Seattle cowl. I haven't woven in my ends yet. Don't mind me. I did block it. I need to even ends. But this is a pattern she's releasing soon, and I was lucky to be a test knitter on it, and I love it. It is a little bit on the small side because I originally did the larger size, and it just didn't work out for me. And so I decided to just, like the other day, knit up one really fast. And so I knew I'd be more successful on the smaller size. I would say, Jody, a smaller sized cowl, just, because cowls really sometimes are about the same amount of knitting. Maybe big needles, and just like, I don't know. What pattern would I do? Can't think of one right now. It will come to me. I'll message you. But yeah, a cowl, to me, cowls and hats are kind of nice palette cleansers. And then like picking a color that's unlike the color that you are doing in your big shawl. I think color, has a lot to do with why we knit, right? And so if I was knitting this big green shawl, I would go like with a bright pink color or something totally different, just to kind of change it up and feel like, I don't know, it's a different thing. Or something like this is on my counter. These mitts, I shared these on our newsletter, I believe. But just something small that can make you feel like you're a rock star. So these knit up pretty fast. Fingerless mitts or something like that. Yes, Jessica's is so beautiful. I'm so impressed by her. There's a lot of really insanely talented knitters that are in that test knit. Lost my place. Yeah, do a color change or do a fiber change. So like if you have been knitting like a dense wool or something like that, like go for something really lofty and just different. I think that really can get my knitting mojo going and just break it up a little bit. One of my favorites is the Copilot cowl, and that's one that I've remixed, but you can find the original on Ravelry. But just something meditative and a little bit boring. In that vein though, if your big shawl is like a fairly simple knit and it hasn't been super challenging, I would do something like, color work or something like that to kind of use up that other part of the brain. Or socks. Socks. I haven't knit a sock in a while. I've been doing other things. I have a craving. But after, I have two rather large shawls going right now, and you just sometimes need a win. You just need a, like, I can prove to myself I can finish something. And I was doing the test knit too, so that takes up some time. If you guys don't follow Pacific Knit Co. on Instagram, or you are on her newsletter, definitely go join, because she will announce like when her test knits are, and it's really fun. It's fun to kind of have that group camaraderie where you're sharing information with each other, and you're excited about, you know, finishing something, and it's just really fun to be part of. So jump on a test knit. And then you also get prior access before everybody else. That's pretty fun too. Yeah, I believe, because I'm just not a two at a time sock knitter, I know that Jeannie said, and she is very much a two at a time sock knitter. Jeannie said it would be fine. I think, in that case you would do your German short rows, like do the full, let's say, heel, not heel flap, but the heel tab on one sock, and then go over to the other sock. I mean, it totally can be done. It's not like some of the other ones that's like, how could you get your yarn over there? I'm not a two at a time sock knitter. So, physically, yes, totally can be done. I would still do them one at a time, but they can completely be done on 9 inches, because your 9-inch circular, because your stitch count never changes. And so that's the problem that I come into a lot of times with 9-inch circulars and doing like a traditional heel flap and gusset. Your stitch count can change so dramatically. I mean, depending on which sock it is, like, you know, the Squircle, it was a significant amount of stitches, and I just can't shove all of that on a 9-inch circular. Like, it's just not comfortable for me. So yeah, you can do 9-inch. You could do DPNs. I wouldn't, but you could do DPNs, and you could do magic loop, and 2 at a time should not be a problem, other than you will have to kind of break it down into congruent, you know, knitting them almost congruently, because you would do the short rows back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on sock A, and then when that's all done, you'd go graduate down to sock B. And with any sock, give it a shot. I mean, you can always transfer it, you know, like, so you set it up, and it's maybe too fiddly, or it's just not working at all. You can't get from sock A to sock B. You can always slide it onto a different needle. So it's never bad to try one method, your preferred method. Let's say your preferred method is a 9-inch circ, and then you get into it and you're like, no, I hate this. You could always slide it onto a magic loop and keep going from there. So never be afraid to just attempt it and see what happens. I like the idea of 2 at a time. I like the finishing 2 socks at exactly the same time. I just doesn't light my soul on fire. I want it to, but it just doesn't. It's not, maybe it's not for me. I don't know. I keep trying. It's like one of those things that's like, sometimes you don't like something the first time. Like the first time I tried 9-inch circulars, I was like, ew. And then, and the first time I tried Magic Loop, yeah, usually, that's why I keep pushing myself to try things, because sometimes the first time I try it, I'm like, this is not for me. And then I try it some more, and then I'm like, okay, I like it now. I have to say that on those 9 inches, the 9-inch circulars, they do cramp my hand a little bit. I knit the knit hair on 9-inch circulars, and you know, just, you have to change up how you knit. Only have about 5 more minutes. I seriously get in the zone. Like, I could just, like, I forget to talk because I'm just in my knitting zone, and I'm like, oh yeah. The point of this is to talk. But it's also to knit too. It's also to knit. I feel like I might be playing Yarn Chicken. Ooh. I just did a wrong thing. Got in the zone, talking too much. Doot, doot. I'm just knitting now. My train leaves the station too often without me. Probably should have gone up a needle size. This is going to be a very dense hat. But when I went and looked for needles, that's what I had. So sometimes just go with it. I need to teach Babs back there how to knit. Oops. I also need a tape measure. I really do think eventually I need to get a tattoo on my arm with measuring tape. Well, maybe not that one. That one I already have the tattoo. I have a measuring tape, and then I can never lose my measuring tape. I know Maribel has this like amazing way of using like her thumb or like the length of her pinky or something like that. Like she can measure anything. Of course, as I age, then the elasticity in my skin will probably make the measurement off, but I won't care. No longer has a straight edge. It's like, ooh. I do have the need for another tattoo, but you know, it's a good thing they cost so much. Alrighty, well, Hilda should be walking in the door any second, and we'll get the day started. I hope you guys have a lovely Friday. Sit and knit a bit. In a rocking chair is a preferred method. Like seriously, the stereotypical imagery of like an old lady knitting in a rocking chair, it might be my favorite place in the entire universe. All right, well, have a lovely, lovely day, you humans, and I will see you next week. I'm gonna get to the end of my row. I evidently thought I could talk slower than I knit, but I guess not. 4 more stitches. All right, Kim, see you tomorrow. Sock madness. All right, that's the end of my row. Bye.